RPM Trade Vietnam in this bitch. What the fuck is up? I gotta do better at plugging the fucking merch. You want a hug AR on a hoodie, t-shirt? It's about to be nice out. You might need a t-shirt. Hey, but for real though, you get them cool rainy nights in May, shit like that. You know, a hoodie might be appropriate then. Check the hoodie out. Check the t-shirts. I try to get the link for the merch in the description in this video, and some of the other ones that I've been doing recently, because I'm real bad at doing that. The whole self-promotion thing, man, I really do need a secretary or something, man, because I just don't do it well, man. Doing what it is that I do, I be trying to tell y'all, man, is kind of therapeutic for me. Once I bust that nut, then I don't be giving a fuck about the aftermath. I just be wanting to talk my shit, and then I don't give a fuck too much. Not enough. If I get 1 million views, if I sell any of the merch, if any of y'all agree with me or not, I'm already doing my part behind the responsibility that comes along with understanding these things and caring about these things that I talk about. I'm already satisfied in playing my role and just screaming out to the world, hey, does anybody else see this shit? After that, I don't give a fuck. I did my part. I'm supposed to say something. Once you know, then you're supposed to say something to somebody else, even if it's just with a question mark. All the conspiracy theories and all the other things that I may talk about, that I would like to talk more about, because it's bigger than the gun thing. But the gun thing is almost like just a defensive response to the fact that you know the world is fucking crazy. There's a balance in what it is that I do. When you see me out on the corners doing my open carry demonstrations, that I have a sign that says hug an AR owner that I bring with me, but I'm also heavily armed. And I want people to see that balance, because the balance is critical to everything that you can apply balance to. Is there. You know, it's a hermetic principle to see, you know, these polarity and other hermetic principles that point to these kinds of things, man. Duality, you know. I do intend to try to love the world, because I know that the world has a lot of love to offer, and that's a beautiful fucking thing. And we should recognize that very specifically, and then make the attempt to spread that. That's why I offer hugs to strangers. But on the flip side, we also know that the world can be very dangerous, and people can be like cold and callous and violent and crazy, and that's sad, because these people are obviously damaged, because by default kids know the love. They know that by default. It's so easy. And if you're a parent and you have kids and you see the way kids interact, you see all of the natural things that we all tend to be, and it's not all good, but it's not all bad. We're not inherently bad because we're people, but kids want to love people. They don't use skin color and other things to divide themselves from other people. And kids can also be greedy and selfish too. Being greedy and selfish is just a natural fucking thing. All of the human emotions and all of the human experience has its place, and when it's out of place, that's when it gets bad. Violence is not that big of a deal. It's not inherently bad in and of itself. Is when it's used to victimize people, then violence is bad. But violence against people who are truly harmful and damaging to a peaceful human existence, I say, hey, if there is going to be violence and they insist on it, let them get the fucking worst of it. Let the bad guy get the worst of the violence if they insist on, you know, making this be. But that's what reality does to you. It is an eternal fight. Not good over evil. I think the fight is for the balance. Is that when it swings too far in one direction, the other side fucking turns up. We're constantly trying to balance it, but you're not going to get rid of it. That's why you never see Jesus and the devil fight each other. If this is such a critical fucking issue, to fucking curb the natural fucking negativities in the human experience, they can only come from the God that created it. I don't even know how we ain't supposed to take blame for how we were created, if we were created by some man. The religion thing is all fucking weird to me. I run circles around it, and it runs circles around itself. It contradicts itself from so many angles that I know it's not a big enough idea, even though it appears to be because it dominates the world. It's not a big enough idea. But all that to say is that if you look at the world really, and all that it has to offer, reaching for the balance is the smoothest thing to do. I don't claim to always be a good guy or a nice guy because I'm not always good or nice. But what I am is aware of the calling on the balance and where I need to place it. And when I see bad guys doing bad stuff, I go, oh man, this looks like a good place for the fucking violence. Fuck them. They need violence to even propel what it is that they want to do. When you talk about government control, even in the most honorable ways that you can possibly see law enforcement for any good that they could ever do. Even then, they will tell you that they bring that gun, they do the training, they wear the vest because they expect fucking violence regardless of what it is that they think the world is supposed to be like. They've come to a realization that it is going to be violent, and if they don't prepare for that, they're gonna come out there with all that protect and serve, and they're gonna get their ass ran the fuck over because things is wild. Shit is wild out here. They know that. I know it too, and when I know it, I say, I will try to love you because I know the world got the love. I'm looking for that. And I will fuck you up if you want to bring it to me because I know people can be violent and greedy and callous, and I don't got to put up with that shit. And I don't give a fuck about who you are either. If you bring all of those things to me, I'm just going to oppose you all the same. I got no problem looking right at the biggest bully and going, you too. What the fuck is you talking about? I be seeing videos sometimes on social media and shit, and people be shooting out with the cops. And a lot of times in the comments, what surprises me that you do see a mix. You see a mix of how people really receive that shit. I'd be surprised when I see a lot of people rooting for the guy that's shooting at the cop. I see that in these videos in the comments. I see it. And I don't always agree with it, even though I don't like law enforcement. But when I do agree with it, I'd be happy to see other people agree with it. And the reason why I respect motherfuckers who shoot at the police is because for them to shoot at the cops, what they are saying is, I don't give a fuck if the bad guy's in the right or the wrong. It don't even matter if he's in the right or the wrong. That's a moral argument. I'm talking about the natural progression of how the world works. We are fucking animals, bruh. There is something to the human experience. And what we see in the fucking animal kingdom does not fucking deprive us of its influence. We do all of that shit, bro. We fight and kill each other, just like other animals do in the animal kingdom. We know that, bro. You gotta fucking face that you're not gonna change it because you don't want to be violent. Why would you want to own a gun? Because the bad guys got one. That's enough fucking reason. Are you crazy? Stop playing. Your sweetheart ain't gonna stop them. It's gonna make them happy that they can possibly run up on a fucking sitting duck out here when they want to carjack you or invade your home. They're hoping to catch a sitting duck, bro. They don't want to find a guy like me. That's gonna make their job way too difficult, especially when they came to smash, grab, and fucking loot. They want to take something from you so they can go benefit off of taking something from you. These fucking home invasions and shit don't be fucking suicide missions. If you turn that shit into a suicide mission, oh boy, motherfuckers start regretting shit. They catch hot shit coming into a motherfucking house. Nigga gonna start thinking about home, thinking about his childhood, how he wish he was there again. Cause now he's in your fucking doorway bleeding to death. That's what's supposed to happen. They're hoping that doesn't happen when they come in there. You should make it happen for them. If you can't understand that, living in a world like this, you are lacking so far. I don't know how you got there as a man. That you can divorce yourself from fucking firearm ownership and think that makes you virtuous. You are insane. Somebody had the nerve to tell me early on in my open carry demonstrations and shit that I seem to be hiding behind my gun because I fear them. No, I'm a fucking realist. The same shit that this bitch said to me that she should have realized was fucking stupid should have been something she corrected in her own mind, and she would tell herself what it is that she even came to me with in the first place. Her own fucking fear of the same news that she saw that I saw. Except for when I saw the news, I would have bought a gun. She saw the news, she started demonizing gun ownership, creating a fucking sitting duck out of herself. So the same shit that she said drove fear into her heart and made her feel some type of way that she would say what the fuck she said to me, a fucking armed stranger, right? You dumb bitch. Your fucking story tells itself. The way you felt about that shit should have drove you into gun ownership. Y'all got a weird ass fucking reaction. Danger, danger does not equal give up your fucking guns. I know y'all heard me say this if you've seen any of my recent videos in the past like 4, 5, 6 months. I catch myself saying this because the feeling overcomes me, and I'm prepared to say it out loud, that I can't express to y'all enough how shocked I am that I have to explain it. Especially explaining it and then not getting through to another grown-ass man that owning a fucking gun, he should feel that it is his moral responsibility to protect the kids that he gave life, while he stands closest to them in any sense of authority and or protection whatsoever, that he be what he would wish a cop would be if he needed to call the cops in a state of emergency. It's irrefutable, objectionable truth that no gun hater with no tears in their fucking face can deny. That in the idea of a man having his home invaded, the best way for the innocent guy that lives in his fucking home to survive what's about to happen to him is they're kicking his door, is for him to be as tough or tougher than the cop that he would call. Irrefutable. Now, if you love the kids so much, if you love the innocent man so much, who just wants to sleep in peace so he can get to work in the morning, but his house is being fucking invaded, if you love him so fucking much, you fucking pussies, stop asking for the gun control, because you're going to hurt that man now. What gun hater can hear what I said and say, no, that's bullshit, your train of thought is wrong, and this is what the real deal is? Where is this man or woman? I fucking win, and I'm tired of it. Everybody go get the fucking guns right now, okay? Okay? Now tell every politician, regardless of who you support or you denounce as any potential ruler over you, I denounce them all, no matter who it is. Tell yourself this. The windshield is letting all the sunlight in, I get it, and I rolled the windows up, so it did get a little warm in here, but damn. Yeah, damn, phone hot as fuck in the window right here. Only other time the phone cut off on me for being hot is when we did open carry demo 2021, Texas, and the phone cut off for me because it was hot as fuck. Austin, Texas, open carry demo shit, and the phone cut off on me there because it was hot. It just cut off on me now. It's not that hot outside. The phone is directly in the sun though. It's high noon around this bitch. Yeah, goddamn. But what was I saying before I got to clock back into work here? Oh yeah, regardless of what political position you find yourself in, if you don't like Trump and you honestly believe that you have enough information and perspective on who he is, that you oppose him deeply, wishing that he would not be your president, then you had to be able to say that you won't shut the fuck up and you will not put your gun down for Trump because you think that he could do some damaging things to the entire fucking country in the position that he will be in, and government has allowed a monster to enter the game. Just say that. And if you don't like Biden, you got to say the same thing. What I'm asking to see is the bottom line. Even if you give in to the political bullshit, the left-right paradigm, even if you give in to that, I'm still expecting to see y'all stand up and say that government is not going to trample you. You will not be taken into control by somebody who you deeply oppose. You motherfuckers got to admit that the two-party system has brought you into a state of worship for the idea of democracy, without you fucking stopping to realize that 51 out of 100 people shouldn't be able to tell the other 49 people that a gun will be pointed in their faces to get compliance out of them for the next 4 years until we change positions in this political fucking ballet we got going on. This political circus of bullshit. That all sounds crazy, and they got y'all worshiping this idea. The best way to get the most fairness is self-governance. We all need to just govern ourselves, period. And then we can have contracts and and we can have individual contracts with government services that will bring everybody into a higher state of awareness, because now you can't just willy-nilly passively go through your life blindly supporting politicians that tend to get us in all types of motherfucking bullshit that y'all asses either don't notice, don't care about, don't understand, and if you do and you don't like it, now you can't stop it. You motherfuckers have been duped, and the best way to get out of all of that stuff is for people to self-govern. And I'm asking for your freedom too, Trump supporter. I want you to really be free, but I don't think they're going to let you. And I think you need to demand a higher level of freedom, even from your own politician, because none of them are promising you enough freedom for you to actually call yourself free, and you should just realize that. But it's undeniable that self-governance is the best thing that we can possibly be doing. Because that does not say that there will be no such thing as a prison system for criminals, that we can't have some kind of a court system, but it should be like, I don't know, a private company should be doing this. It's almost the only thing that can really happen. But then people say that the big money and the influence will influence the justice system all the same, because these places will be bought out. The rich and the poor will have this tug of war over who has security and who doesn't. But security should really just be the responsibility of the individual. But there should be some freedom for you to commission somebody else to protect you if you cannot or will not do it yourself. That's also in the idea of freedom. It gets wishy-washy, but at the same time, what we consider poor and rich will shift dramatically if no one can tax us. Things are going to look different. So when people use this financial system as some kind of a hurdle, that a free industry like multiple public protection firms could be competing for your business for protection in the way that police do, except for they wouldn't have this qualified immunity and all this other bullshit. They would be strictly security guards and nothing more. Policy enforcers or police officers are bad. That's a bad idea, and I'm asking to remove that from their job description. When I say fuck the police, I'm not talking about the protective part. I'm not saying that they never protect anybody from anything. They are reactionary, and that should put you at your own tip top of your own fucking totem pole of fucking wisdom by understanding very clearly right away, without me having to keep fucking saying it to you. You should already notice yourself. The world is trying to tell you this over and over again, and all of the scary news that you see that gets you into this bullshit reaction. Well, my reaction is to get a gun, but all of those things are telling you that you're your own first responder by nature. And it's better if you take responsibility for that, because that's your best chances of survival too. So why y'all got it? Why y'all don't get it? I think you kind of a pussy if you didn't understand that. I think a lot of y'all understood it indirectly or in other trains of thought, but you're not applying it to the political shit, because it means everything. But when you apply it to the political shit, the responsibility that comes along with that is you opposing anything that says otherwise, which also means you got to throw out your fucking constitution, because that shit made something undebatable and put it into an arena of debate, so that you can accept the fact that they're going to debate about it, and then actually don't be so loose when the debate doesn't turn out in your favor and they take your rights away, which they can't take shit. All they can say is, we can trick you out of it, make you jump over hurdles to fucking get to it with licenses and all this other shit. ATF, fuck you motherfuckers. And then they say that if you disqualify yourself, you can never do that. But they, as individuals, some of them, and as a group as a whole, because you can group up law enforcement, because it's an achievement, it's not a natural disposition. So whatever it is that someone agreed to achieve, I can say that I don't like the steps that it took for you to achieve that. Then I can't blanket blame all cops for being bad cops, and they're all bad. They're all bad, every one of them, because what it is that it takes for you to be a cop is bad in and of itself. That's what I'm talking about, not the individual. So when I say that and you think you got some clever intellectual fucking argument because I must be an idiot for saying that all cops are bad, you're the idiot. You're the idiot, because I'm talking about the definition of what it takes to be a cop in the first place disqualifies that person from being a good person. Simple. Simple. Just like I don't give a fuck what you've given to charities or what you have done. If you're hiding behind some kind of moral facade in public because you're really a child diddler, all of your good shit doesn't mean, well, he's not that bad, he did do this positive shit. Child diddler fucking ruins all of your shit, bruh. So I don't give a fuck if you save kids from a fucking burning building. Every fucking man should have been capable and fucking ready to take on that responsibility. You're not special. Stop hogging all of the fucking heroism. You're supposed to spread that shit around. Every man should feel like that. Stop acting like it's you and it should be you first and everyone else should step aside. None of that makes any sense. And you know it because you wouldn't ask for that. You actually don't ask for that. Not directly. But indirectly, you put yourself above everyone else as if to say it's your responsibility to protect society when it is everybody. And it can't be curbed, cut unevenly like a fucking unfair fucking birthday cake. I don't want a sliver. We're going to split this 50-50 between me and you. We can stand out here together to protect society. But why would I yield to you? You got deal breakers, motherfucker. What you have to do to get this job? Oh, leave your own moral compass at home to just abide by the job description, because no matter how you feel about weed, if the state says it's illegal, you have to risk your life years ago. When we will get you into a fight over your life, if you took it that far, they won't stop and say, hey man, this is only weed, bro. The cop won't stop and say, let's stop this right here. We are human beings. Let's not keep doing this. What is this? Oh, because you smell like weed? Bro, I'll let you go if you want to, if this is what it has to be. I didn't want to do this. They don't do that. They fight you to the death. Fuck the weed smell. Now he's thinking, you're disrespecting me by challenging me. How far do you want to take this disrespect? I'll kill you. This is what the cop does over the weed in Illinois 6 years ago. Now they won't do that. I don't have to like that wishy-washy bullshit. Were they right before or are they right now? If they're right now, then they were wrong before. That's in the midst of being guilty of U.S. Title 18, Section 241 and 242. Violation of that. They admit that they're guilty of it. There's something made it into the color of law, tricked them into violating natural law and the Constitution, because they're not supposed to do that. Not even if something made itself to law status. If it's proven that it should have never been a law like that in the first place, then that means that every time you pretended like it was a law to violate somebody, you were violating your damn self. And you're supposed to get 10 years in prison for doing that too. And you can go back on it. So all the cops in Illinois who were making weed arrests before it was legal, you're still on the chopping block. You're supposed to go to jail for that for 10 years. How bad was the arrest? What all happened? What all transpired? Because you might actually deserve to be put to death. And this is what U.S. Title 18, Section 241 and 242 says. Once you know enough of what's really going on, and you hold them accountable for all of the things that they do and say that they hide behind, that they're supposed to be so honorable and having this position over you because of, when you see them fucking that up, you're supposed to fuck them up. The responsibility comes with some heavy punishment. That's the hardest thing about being a fucking cop. Are you going to recognize if your job gets you into hot water and you have become a violator of human rights because you were following orders? Nuremberg trials. Y'all don't be knowing nothing and applying nothing for y'all to realize that when you try to back the blue talking shit to me, you are so fucking wrong as soon as you start talking like that. And you think that we mean we don't want no police on the streets and no protection on the streets. Yeah, we do, but it can't be out here like that because there's deal breakers. And now we don't gotta like them. We don't have to sit back and just let it be. We have to know that we will evolve, and this is not the best that society has to offer. It's not the best we can do. So let's move to the change, the real change. Tell cops that there is no victim, there is no crime. Me saying that's not the first time that shit even had fallen upon your fucking, y'all let them throw that out the window so they can tell you that they might mandate some motherfucking dabs for you and your kids. You might have to quarantine, stay 6 feet away from people. I was doing this hug AR on the shit before C19. And when C19 showed up, I got back out here anyway, no mask, soliciting hugs from the public while I was on as hell. In a free country told me, do not allow people to hug during the fucking quarantine. Don't allow people to express their awareness of what it is, their own personal discretion to hug you anyway. Even though we are in a pandemic, they said fuck all that. Don't do the hug thing. I know why you would say that to me, Mr. Officer, and I don't give a fuck. And the other people out here in the public, they know what the fuck is going on. They may also not give a fuck about what you're saying. They might not have no fear. If I get a hug out here, I'm gonna hug somebody. So bitch ass up. Telling me not to hug somebody in a free country. Don't y'all ever call this fucking country free in my face. Don't ever say that shit to me. Around me. In front of me. Tired of y'all being so fucking virtuous that you want to stick to the sweet shit so much that you ignore the pain that the country is giving you while you support it so much. I got a short fucking fuse and low tolerance for any type of bullshit. It's bullshit that a fucking cop told me in a country like this not to hug people. Don't let them hug me. I'm so disappointed by that, man, that middle finger to whoever, whatever officer that was, until the day he dies. Fuck you, bro. Because you know that you wouldn't mean that or even have the balls to say that to me if you were not a cop. because of all of the illusion that you or say the wrong thing in your job, you can be fired today. You might not even be a cop right now to this day, right now. You might, that was 3 years ago when you said that to me, Mr. Officer, whoever you are. You might not even be a cop today. You may have been fired. And if you are not law enforcement anymore, we can go into another pandemic. I can get back here out on the streets, and I can look you right in your eyes. I bet you would think that if you're now unemployed as an officer, and that's not your fucking employment anymore, even if you felt that same way, you wouldn't even have the balls to look me in my face when I was armed like that and tell me, the huggable guy, not to hug nobody out here because of what the news told you. You wouldn't even have the balls to say that shit to me, pussy. This is how weird you motherfuckers are. Running around trying to act all virtuous and shit when y'all really some bitches. Tough ass, pussy ass bitches. Too many of y'all out here that just can't keep. Swear y'all must have it right. Bottom line is shit and then refuse to budge. Y'all all surface level intelligent. Can't keep the big picture in mind about nothing. Pissing me off, bro. Y'all are stupid. Fuck. RPM Trey Vietnam and this bitch. I'm gonna get my ass back into work. Peace and love to y'all. I'm gonna try and be more productive, get more videos up, more edited videos this motherfucking year. What the fuck is up? The merch is cracking. I'm gonna keep that going and flowing. Right? More live streams. We need to do more traveling this season. We finna turn the fuck up in this bitch. Get you a gun. Tell all of the bullies, no matter what it is that they're wearing, that the bully shit not gonna fly with you. Take cover. Period. Fuck, man. Y'all are so, man. Yo, shout out to the chat, man. Everybody in the chat too, bro.